Hi everyone! In this video, I'll be talking about quoting and paraphrasing. These are things we do in college writing, and in this class we'll begin introducing it. We've already been practicing paraphrasing, so now I'm going to talk about what is quoting and how it's different from paraphrasing. So what's the difference between quoting and paraphrasing? Quoting means to copy word for word what someone else said or wrote. And we use quotation marks. These here are called quotation marks. It's really important you copy exactly how it appeared in the original text. You shouldn't change it in any way. That's what makes it a quote. It's exactly the same. Also, you want to include an in-text citation. We call this, or sometimes they call it a parenthetical citation. It has the author's last name, or if there's no author, a shortened title, and you can put a page number if there is one. Here's an example. In the article, The Most Common Reasons Why People Immigrate to U.S., the author explains every year the U.S. becomes the promised land of people who are in their own exodus from their war-torn countries, and they live and prosper here. So this comes from this article right here, The Most Common Reasons Why People Immigrate. The author's last name is Golchin. There are no page numbers because it's an online source. But this quote came from right here. So it's copied word for word. I didn't make any changes. So that's what quoting is. Paraphrasing is to explain what someone else said or wrote using different words. Make sure you express the same idea in your own words using synonyms and changing the sentence structure. And again, you need to include an in-text citation or parenthetical citation. In the article, The Most Common Reasons Why People Immigrate to U.S., the author explains how people who are fleeing war-torn countries see the United States as their promised land where they can be prosperous. So here I put it in my own words, so I didn't use quotation marks. So it says every year the U.S. becomes the promised land of people who are in their own exodus. So instead of saying exodus, I say the people who are fleeing or running away their war-torn countries. And I changed the sentence structure. So this was at the beginning, and I put it in the middle, okay? And instead of saying prosper, I use the adjective form prosperous. So here I'm paraphrasing. Why do we quote and paraphrase? So this gives support to your ideas with evidence from experts, and it provides other opinions and ideas to your writing. So it's helpful to do this in your writing. When is it better to quote than to paraphrase? Generally, in academic writing, we paraphrase more than we quote, okay? But if a passage is very powerful and well written, including the exact words is more impactful than paraphrasing, okay? Because if you change it, it kind of ruins it doesn't have the same power because the words were so well written. But oftentimes, if it's just an idea or a thought, you can just paraphrase, okay? When the ideas are important, but the exact wording isn't necessary, you should paraphrase. Okay, how do you quote? There's 3 steps. You want to introduce the text with a signal phrase, like in the article, and then I put the title of the article in quotation marks. Remember, if it's a book title, we use italics. And then I mentioned the author, and then a verb like explains, talks about, discusses, comma, you want the quotation, and then your in-text citation with the author's last name. Now, side note, if you put the author's name here, you don't have to put it here, okay? After that, you want to explain the quote and connect it to your point. So here I take it a step further. I say staying in their home countries is not an option because not only do people risk their lives, they also don't have future opportunities. So I use this quote to talk more about why they're leaving their home countries. And my essay is about why people leave. So I'm taking this quote and then giving more explanation. Okay, you could always go back to this quiz. There are 2 videos there before the quiz that explain in-text citation and quoting and paraphrasing. One of the best ways to practice quoting is just to do it. So when you have a chance, find a quote that you want to use in your essay and practice these 3 steps. Okay, bye.